When you wear this type of clothing, you are pushing your testes into your body. Your testes are meant to be cooler than the rest of your body. That's why they hang away from us. It is heating them up, killing your sperm, and making you infertile. When they tested this out on dogs, they basically put compression underwear on dogs. All the dogs went infertile within a couple months. Yo, check it out, bro. So imagine this. During the end of my time in high school, I got on low-tier self-improvement. So I was watching Alpha M, teaching men's fashion, how to beast, who were all just popping off at the time, giving us these actionable tips and tricks to become more attractive, more charismatic, more masculine, get better with girls, etc. And me not having a father growing up, not having a bunch of friends, this was amazing, but more importantly, actionable advice you could take right there to level up in life. Things like look at someone's elbow when you go to shake their hand so you're less likely to miss their hand. Put some pomade in your hair, walk with some sway in your shoulders, have a skincare routine, put chassis on your balls, wear a Vincero watch. And with their advice, I started my journey away from this pain of being a villager that follows this ministry propaganda of, obsess over the girl you like and have pictures of her on the wall like in the movies, and the fat nice guy gets the girl. But I really quickly realized that a huge portion of their advice was based around fashion. Look up any of their channels right now, their most popular videos. It's all about, 8 clothing tricks to look more attractive, or the best clothing hacks to make you look more jacked, and all this stuff. So I started taking up their advice. I would buy this slim fit clothing that would hug your shoulders and chest be looser at the bottom. I'd wear the athletic shorts. I'd put layering on, like a t-shirt, then a flannel, then a jacket, then outerwear, find the shoes they talked about, the nice boots. And I would also make it a habit to get the stretchy, gym clothing that also gives you that bit of that V taper. Some of it was a bit too far, put shorts underneath your jeans to make your butt look bigger, or do things like go to a tailor to make sure everything's proportionally fitting to you. So I felt, good with their advice, but it wasn't until 2 years later I realized that a lot of their advice actually is problematic for 2 reasons. One, it puts a band-aid on the actual solution that you're just not attractive, you're actually kind of ugly. And secondly, a lot of this advice on clothing is actually very harmful for your health in ways you wouldn't imagine. It lowers your testosterone, makes you infertile, increases your risk of cancer, obesity, gynecomastia, and so much more. Basically what happened was, going to one of my first ever frat parties, this Indian guy was gonna come with us, and this guy looked very, very similar to me. He had the same kind of height, the same lean build, the same complexion, but he looked like me from 3 years ago before I got on self-improvement, lifting weights, skincare routine, all of that. And I'm not trying to insult the guy, but the dude was absolutely ugly. He was just horrendously bad looking. He had no muscle mass, skinny fat. He had bad acne all over his face, his neck, his shoulders. He also had low confidence. And these were all things that I struggled with in the past. But before we left for the party, he said, oh no, wait, let me get my flannel and put this pomade in my hair so I look good. And I'm looking at this guy bro, you're ugly. I don't know how to say that any nicer. But the light bulb hit me in my head. Wait, this guy and me were dressed almost identically. We were both wearing a flannel with the sleeves rolled up, the nice watch, the slim fit jeans, the boots, and everything. But I looked so much better than this guy, even though we were very similar characteristic-wise, simply because I was jacked. And that's the problem with this fashion advice. A lot of it revolves around giving the illusion you're actually jacked and more attractive. So for example, I'll tell you to layer your clothing on. By that way, you mean with the shirt, the flannel, the jacket. That gives you the illusion that your upper body is way more muscular than it actually is. They tell you to buy the slim fit clothing that hugs your shoulders and chest and is looser at the bottom. So it gives you the illusion of a V taper, which you want to build up in the gym, makes you look a lot more attractive. They tell you to roll up your sleeves so your forearms look bigger. But the reality is, when you take all that clothing off, the next day after the party, I saw that guy. We were at the dining hall getting breakfast. I was just wearing a t-shirt and shorts, same as him, the Costco 6-pack white ones, but I still looked good, and he didn't without this flannel shirt. Even with the flannel shirt, the dude wasn't attractive. So I realized right then, if you put so much more of your time, your effort, computation into putting on muscle in the gym, you will look good in absolutely anything or wearing nothing at all. And you don't waste time questioning, what clothes are gonna fit me right. Let me go to 50 different stores, try a bunch of stuff on, what colors fit me right, the complexion of it. Let me go to the tailor, get them hand sewed. Oh, and then I can't wash these clothes on high heat. I have to wash them inside out on low heat. Let them air dry outside. This memorizing. What's ridiculous is you're memorizing what clothes you can wash on high heat, adding so much more work in your day-to-day life. When instead, if you were actually jacked, you would look good wearing rags and a wife. And any guy can, and most guys do, waste their time obsessing over clothing or these small little micro things that make them look slightly more attractive. But so few guys actually put in the work to build muscle. Think about it like this. 80% of Americans don't work out. And of the 80%, of the 20% that do, 80% of those is just walking. So the few small percentage of guys that actually go to the gym, then of those guys, how many of them actually are doing a decent workout? They're monitoring their sleep, their diet, they're getting enough protein in them, they're doing compound lifts, they're doing progressive overload and all this, such a small amount. So if you're that guy who actually focuses on improving these things, on putting their energy towards building more muscle, you will look good in anything you wear. A t-shirt and jeans, off the rack. Instead of wasting your time getting it tailored, going through this whole BS process of, oh, let me wash it inside out and let it air dry outside. And then if you do want to care about fashion, find the right clothes that fit you, you look a million times better than that. Trust me, as somebody who was like obese as a kid, skinny fat in high school, put on a good amount of muscle and got fairly jacked in college, lost that muscle during the pandemic, and is putting it back on right now. No matter what you wear, it is a night and day difference in how people perceive you. Even look at Jose Zuniga. So much of his channel is based around fashion, and he dresses more or less the same as he did 5 years ago. But right now, because he's jacked, he looks a million times better in everything he wears. Yes, building muscle, it does take time, fair enough, but most guys completely half-ass it. Probably you're building muscle as well, but if you're honest with yourself, there's so many things you could be improving to build muscle even faster. Is your diet adequate? Is your protein intake adequate? Are you weighing yourself to know if you're cutting or you're bulking? Are you making sure that your lifts are going up? Are you keeping track of your lifts in your phone? I promise you right now, if you focus on this aspect, you will look so much more attractive in 3 months, 6 months, a year, and continually look better and better and better as time goes on. You will feel so much pride every time you walk past a mirror compared to if you did just wearing these little clothing, eight clothing hacks to make you look more attractive, 3 clothing tips to do this little thing. And here's our sponsor, Vincera Watch. But my second problem with this fashion advice is the majority of the clothing it promotes, just like, Gymshark, stretchy material, these like slim fit jeans, these boxer briefs, these compression shorts. When you wear this type of clothing, you are pushing your testes into your body. Your testes are meant to be cooler than the rest of your body. That's why they hang away from us. So when this clothing is pushing your testes into your body, it is heating them up, killing your sperm and making you infertile. When they tested this out on dogs, they basically put compression underwear on dogs. All the dogs went infertile within a couple months. Now, it's reversible in humans. What they find is guys who wear skinny jeans are 80% more likely to be infertile than the guys who don't wear skinny jeans. So if you care about your health or your fertility, which you obviously do, the best solution is to simply go commando when you're wearing like regular fitting jeans that taper to the bottom or wearing regular fitting shorts. Or you could wear boxers, but it would still heat up that area a little bit, but it's better than wearing, definitely better than wearing compression underwear or boxer briefs. But the second issue is so much of this gym clothing, this form-fitting, slim fit stuff, the majority of clothing in general is made from synthetic plastic-based materials. Polyester, elastane, spandex, nylon. This is all just forms of plastic. You are wearing plastic. And the problem with this is plastic is made from 2 very nasty chemicals. Bisphenols, like you've heard of like BPA, BPS, BPF, and phthalates, which make the plastic bendable, durable, transparent. So when you're wearing polyester, nylon, spandex, elastane, look at your tags. The majority of your closet is made of this stuff. Billions of microplastics are going through your body's skin barrier into your body, which are literally lowering your testosterone, increasing your risk of cancer, infertility, gynecomastia. You will get man boobs from this stuff. It'll also make you more obese, increase your risk of blood clotting, and cause so many more problems to your overall health, including low testosterone. Just because everybody wears this clothing does not mean it's healthy. I mean, you've seen the average person. Do you want to be like the average person? Of course not. And think about it like this. Plastic, which is everywhere in our modern world, did not even exist 110 years ago. It is a very, very, very new invention. Now, I don't want to overwhelm you. This is a massive subject I've covered in multiple videos. I sell an entire course on estrogenics, which is basically this umbrella term that plastics fall into in this category of hormone disruptors. Because your hormones, by the way, if you don't know, are the chemical messaging system your body uses to talk to itself. So your stomach, when it's full, it sends a hormone, a chemical signal to your brain, hey, I'm full, and you know to stop eating. If your hormone system is disrupted, maybe your chemical signal goes to your stomach saying, put on a bunch of fat, goes to your chest, says, put on a bunch of fat right here, goes to your testes and says, hey, make me infertile, goes to your muscle mass, says, hey, we don't need this anymore. You do not want your hormonal system, your endocrine system, to go out of whack. This is why it's even more important to get jacked, because if you are going to wear organic, natural material clothing, like usually cotton, it's not going to be form-fitting. So you need to get jacked to look good in this clothing. And trust me right now, anyone can, and anyone who does, take a second to realize, okay, I will look so much better for so much longer in anything I wear if I get jacked. will be so much more successful, attractive, and they're instantly going to happen if they put more effort towards prioritizing building muscle in the gym than the guys who are obsessing over these fall fashion trends. 8 clothing tips make them look more attractive. Those guys are wearing polyester, spandex, these form-fitting clothing. It's making them infertile. We do not want to be like these people. We want to be exceptional. I lost all of the muscle I spent 5 years building during the pandemic. And of course, lockdowns happened, but I take responsibility for it. And now building that muscle back, I smile every single day when I see myself in the mirror at all the progress I've made, how much work this past version of myself has put in to better myself. And when I put on a wife beater, which organic material, 100% cotton, that's why I wear it. But when I put this on, I look so much better simply because I have muscle around it versus me being like unhealthy, skinny, fat, and all that garbage. But anyway, look, I like you, bro. I want the best for you. So think this advice over in your head. It helped some of my former coaching clients and a guy I was on a live stream with yesterday who had this exact similar problem where he basically told me how he was like a very tall guy, 6'2" like me, very long arms, and he has trouble finding clothes that fit him. And I told him, yeah, I know the struggle you're going through. You have to buy like large clothing which looks a bit baggier on you. The best solution is focus on getting jacked, put in some work, really stay dedicated to it. There's so many videos out there you could watch how to build muscle faster. Make sure that's completely 100% adequate. Pay for some personal training lessons. It'll be well worth it to make sure everything's dialed in and you look so good in everything. And then I also have a quick plug, a completely free testosterone safe skincare routine link below if you're interested to help you out with your health even more. You're one step closer, bro. Wishing you the absolute best, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.